Memories no other living being has ever seen.
You fall asleep in the middle of ancient ruins.
I do set wards. And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they are usually content to live and let live.
I've never heard of anyone going so far into the Fade.
Thank you. It's not a common field of study for obvious reasons. Not so flashy as throwing the thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream. I will stay there. At least until the...
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate surrounded by Chantry forces in the middle of... Cassandra has been accommodating. But you understand my caution.
Cassandra trusts you. She won't let anyone put you into a circle against your...
Thank you. But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power. Closing the breach is our primary goal. But I hope we might also discover what was used to create it. Any artifact of such power is dangerous. The destruction of the Conclave proves that much.
You don't think whatever created the explosion was destroyed in the blast?
You survived, did you not? The artifact that created the breach is unlike anything seen in this age. I will not believe it destroyed until I see the shattered fragments with my own eyes.
We would do well to try to recover whatever created the...
Liliana's people have scoured the area near the blast and found whatever the artifact was. In any case, did you need me for anything?
What do you know about the Fade?
A great deal from my wanderings. There are few hard facts, but I can share what I have learned.
I'd like to know more about the breach.
Simply put, it is a tear in the veil between this world and the Fade, allowing spirits to enter the world physically. Small tears occur naturally when magic weakens the veil, or when spirits cluster at an area that is... But your mark allows you to exert some control over the breach. That means it was created deliberately.
I'd like to know more about the Veil.
Circle mages call it a barrier between this world and the Fade, but according to my studies in ancient elven lore, that is a vast oversimplification. Imagine if spirits entered freely. The Fade was not a place one went, but a state of nature like the wind.
It sounds like it would be wonderful.
And dangerous. But yes, a world where imagination defines reality, where spirits are as common as trees. Instead, spirits are strange and fearful, and the Fade is a terrifying world touched only by... I am glad that I'm not alone in seeing the beauty of such a world, along with the obvious peril.
I'd like to know more about demons.
The Chantry says that demons hate the natural world and seek to bring their chaos, but such simplistic labels misconstrue their motivations, and in so doing, do all spirits wish to join the living. And a demon is that wish gone wrong.
Is there a way to coexist? To live with them, if not in peace, at least without such active...
Not in the world we know today. The Veil creates a barrier that makes true understanding most unlikely. But the question is a good one, and it matters that you thought to ask.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye. Hello.
I'd like to know more about you, Solus.
Why?
You're an apostate, yet you risked your
Not the wisest course of action when framed that way.
I appreciate the work you're doing, Solus.
I'm sorry. With so much fear in the air. What would you know of me?
What made you start studying?
I grew up in a village to the north. There was little to interest a young man, especially one gifted. But as I slept, spirits of the Fade showed me glimpses of one. I treasured my dreams. Being awake, out of the Fade, became troublesome.
Did spirits try to...
No more than a brightly colored fruit is deliberately tempting you to eat it. I learned how to defend myself from more aggressive spirits, and how to I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. There was so much I wanted to explore.
I gather you didn't spend your entire life.
No. Eventually, I was unable to find new...
Why?
2 reasons. First, the Fade reflects the world around it. Second, the Fade reflects and is limited by our imaginations. To find interesting areas, One must be interesting.
Is this why you joined the
I joined the Inquisition because we were all in terror. If our enemies destroyed the world, I would have nowhere to lay my head while dreaming of the Fade.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. In truth, I've enjoyed experiencing more of life.
How so?
You strengthen your body to deliver and withstand punishment. The muscles are an enjoyable... You have chosen a path whose steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination you enjoy. As have I.
You said you'd traveled to many different places.
This world, or its memory, is reflected in the Fade. Dream in ancient ruins, and you may see a city. Some of my fondest memories were found in crumbling cities, long picked dry by treasures, the best of the battlefields. Spirits press so tightly on the veil that you can slip across with but a thought.
Any place in particular?
I dreamt at Ostagar. I witnessed the brutality of the Darkspawn and the valor of the... I saw Alistair and the hero Ferelden light the signal fire, and Logain's infamous betrayal of Kaelin's forces.
I've heard the stories. It would be interesting to hear what it was really like.
That's just it. In the Fade, I see reflections created by spirits who react to the emotions of the warriors. One moment, I see heroic wardens lighting the fire and a power-mad villain sneering as he lets King Kaelin fall. The next, I see an army overwhelmed and a veteran commander refusing to let more soldiers die in a lost cause.
And you can't tell which is real.
It is the Fade. They are all real.
Have you always traveled and...
Not at all. I have built many spirits of wisdom, possessed of ancient knowledge, happy to share what they had seen. Spirits of purpose helped me search. Even wisps, curious and playful, would point out treasures I might have missed.
I don't know of any spirits by those...
They rarely seek this world. When they do, their natures do not often survive exposure. Wisdom and purpose are too easily twisted to pride and desire.
You're saying that you became friends with pride and...
They were not demons for me.
Meaning?
The Fade reflects the minds of the living. If you expect a spirit of wisdom to be a pride demon, and if your mind is free of corrupting influences, if you understand the nature of the spirit, they can be fast friends.
I'm impressed that you could become friends with...
Anyone who can dream has the potential. Few ever try. My friends comforted me in grief. Yet, because they exist without form, as we understand it, the Chantry declares that spirit is Cassandra defined by her cheekbones and not her faith. Varric by his chest hair and not his wit.
I hadn't thought about it that way. But
I... Thank you. Few are willing to entertain such a notion.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye. Hello.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Have you heard about the refugees out in the hinterlands? Near Redford?
I suppose you're right. Oh, Maker, you were him. You were the Herald of Andraste. And you were sent to test us, to see whether we would accept a Cunari as Andraste. I think everyone is worthy of love. The Maker just makes some of us larger and greyer. I mean, I'm Flissa. Can I get you a drink?
It's all right, Felissa. I won't do...
If you wanted to close the breach, I wouldn't mind. As I said, I'm Flissa. The Inquisition soldiers needed a place to unwind, so Leliana brought me in to set up a tavern. Nothing fancy, but it's safer for the soldiers than looking for trouble in some village.
You said Liliana asked you to run an Inquisition tavern. How did you meet?
Dumb luck, maybe. I managed an inn back in Den. When I heard interesting gossip, I passed word to Liliana. She asked if I wanted to own my own tavern, and I said yes. I didn't realize she meant this.
What can you tell me about this area?
Adan is Haven's apothecary. He's been making potions and tending to the wounded as best he can. Harris is the Inquisition smith. Whatever he can't make you, Thren the quartermaster can probably find. And for anything fancier, you can try buying from Segret. His prices aren't too high. Oh, there's also Minave. She studies beasts and things, as I understand.
Farewell.
Can I get you anything?
We're waiting for for someone to speak and set us all free.
Make a big one.
Empress of fire in the reign of the lion, eclipsed in the eye. Empress of fire, that sees when they come and fight for the day you restore our heart and bring us to
All things in this world are finite. What one man gains, another has lost. Those who steal from their brothers and sisters. Our Maker sees this with a heavy heart. I shall embrace the light. I shall weather the storm. I shall endure. What you have created, no one can tear asunder.
let's
Them the golden city, the center of all creation. And for a time you dwelled among them, watched over them.
As there is but one God, one life, one death, there is but one God, and He is our Maker.
There was no word for heaven or for earth or sea or sky. All
I didn't
that
realise any of
existed was
Leliana's
silence.
Oxman mercenaries were still here.
Then the voice
Well,
of the
if you want new
Maker
gear,
rang
you pay
out.
for it.
The first word.
Oh,
And his
Thren,
word became
Inquisition
all that might
Quartermaster.
be.
I'm doing what... If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
What do you do here?
I make sure the Inquisition troops have food in their belly. Both are important. Lots of people expecting us to be heroes, marching all day. Turns out heroes need to dig latrines just like everyone else.
How does someone end up as quartermaster?
I served for Eldon under Ten Loghain MacTier. Best commanding officer. After they all turned on him at Denerim, though, there wasn't much use for people who... Queen Honora offered my services to the Inquisition. It was a kindness. She knew I supported her father and got me away from the political garbage.
Loghain MacTier betrayed the Grey Wardens and his...
Were you there at Ostagar? I was. King Kaelan overextended his position, and the Grey Wardens were... Following the original plan would have gotten everyone killed. Ten Loghain... I apologize. Sister Liliana told me I shouldn't talk about this. Just forget it.
What did you mean when you mentioned requisition?
I'm making this Inquisition run with what we have. But we're not a real army. We're stretched thin on materials. So I've put up a requisition list for anything that could help. Here, take a look. You find some iron and a good login site. Maybe Harriet can get our troops better weapons.
If I have material for a special order,
Just take it over there. One of my boys will take the materials or jot down what you found.
farewell.
Make her go with you.